Oh, yeah, time to sound off, friends. A lot of people have a new puppy for the first time, or you have a dog and you want to teach it new tricks. Guess what? Welcome back for part 2. We've got Sherri and we've got Diesel, the stars of Hudson and Rex, and she is the superstar trainer, and we love you both. They're actually live on set right now in Newfoundland, where they're getting ready to shoot season 3, and they're here to answer your questions. And, of course, our phone calls and our emails are lit up.
And that's it. And that logo looks so good. Diesel looks ready to go, all energized and stuff. And, of course, that is the new training facility as well. So let's get to your calls right now. This is Helen or Hélène.
Hélène from Mississauga, good morning.
Good morning.
Is it Hélène?
You can call me Helen, that's fine.
So good to see you. Listen, we have Sherri who's listening and very excited about this because you have 2 dogs. But what's the problem?
Well, they're now 7 and 8 years old, but we had Bosley first, and he was fine when I left home. I work from home, so I'm home quite a bit. And anyway, when we rescued Lola a year and a half later, now when I leave the house, they howl. And, I mean, it's really loud. And the neighbors say that it lasts about 5 minutes and then nothing. And when I come home, I'm never gone very long, but when I come home, they're sleeping, and then they're happy to see me. I don't know why they're howling. Are they sad? Is there something I could do to make them stop howling? Yeah. It makes me feel guilty to leave home.
What do you think, Cher?
Okay, so yeah, this is a common thing, especially with older dogs. And, you know, you work from home, so it's a pack, and one of their pack members is leaving. So it's a calling. Basically, they're calling out to you. And, you know, after a few minutes, when you don't respond to that call, then they quiet down, they settle down, and they understand that you're not coming back. So one good thing is to change the door that you go out. And the other great thing you can do is give them a redirection. So, you know, give them a special treat that might take them a little bit longer. It's summertime right now, so maybe some flavored ice cubes. So you can take some juice and freeze it and give them some juice pops in the kitchen. And then you can go out a side door or a back door and then walk around. Usually changing your routine up a little bit. And, you know, when you leave, don't leave. A lot of people, when they're leaving, they're like, okay, you stay. I'll be back soon. I love you. Okay, bye, guys. And that just adds to that anxiety. So give them their special treat, walk out the door, and just make it like you're just going to water the flowers and come back in a few minutes.
Good tip. Sneak out of there. Try the ice cubes. Let us know how it goes.
Yeah, do a quick see you and gone. Yeah. That's it. We've got a tweet coming in. This is from Pepper Redcastle, and Pepper says, I have a 4.5-month-old Bernedoodle. He walks fairly well on a leash, but is obsessed with finding things to eat along the way. Bird poop is his favorite. Ew! How do I stop him from eating everything on our walks?
We got lots of food on the patio for your Bernedoodle.
Pat the pigeon's been leaving some treats.
That's terrible. I didn't mean it. Well, how do you get them from stopping eating bird poo?
Yeah, so, okay, the number one thing is when you get a puppy is you want to desensitize and you want to socialize and you want to make sure that you're exposing to as much as possible. The one thing that people lack doing is setting the dog up for a misbehavior. So we know that the dog likes to surf while it's walking. So what we want to do is we want to set the dog up, and that means I'm going to put something down my driveway. So I'm aware of where it is, so I can redirect the dog. And what's going to happen is every time my dog's head goes to the ground, I'm going to redirect the dog. So I'm going to use a command such as look, or I'm going to use a command such as see me. So it pulls the dog's eyes up to you. And when you do that, you can use a squeaker, a tennis ball, a stuffed toy. You can use a little piece of food. And what you want to avoid is you want to avoid the dog when they're walking. You don't want the nose to the ground. You're out there for exercise. And in all honesty, the difference between the nose to the ground and where their head is only this far. It smells the same. They don't have to do this while they're walking. So you want to teach them to keep their head up. And the perfect way to do that is by setting them up in the driveway and getting them used to avoiding things that you have placed. You know they're there. The dog doesn't know, and it allows you to do a nice little focus training exercise.
Because, Cher, they need to learn that the park is not an all-you-can-eat buffet. Hey!
Yeah.
Okay, see, Cher laughs at my bad jokes.
Cher,
I missed you, Cher.
I missed you, Cher. Okay, let's go back to the phone.
That was pretty good, though. You got it.
I love you, Cher. Okay, up next, we've got a phone call. Ty from Newmarket has a 1-year-old golden doodle. So cute. Okay, what's your golden doodle doing? Let's hear it, Ty.
Hi, so my puppy, she's still a puppy. She's only turning 1 on Friday.
Yeah.
And she gets very excited when she sees certain people, and she pees. And if we know that people are coming over, we take her out to her box and we let her pee. But she still manages to swallow it out. I'm wondering if there's any tips or if eventually she'll just grow out of it.
So she's peeing every time she sees somebody. She gets so excited, Sherri. What to do? 1-year-old golden doodle.
Okay, so this is a very common problem. And, you know, this is what people don't understand. Dogs aren't trained to do this at the door. Dogs aren't trained to run to a door and bark. We've trained the dogs to do this. So what it sounds like, it's a submissive type of peeing. It gets excited and tinkles a little bit. But what you probably did is, from the time that dog was a puppy, when you came home, you went, "Oh, hi, baby," and you got really excited at the front door. So what happens is that heightens all that energy and that excitability. And then the dogs kind of let a little, you know, a little bladder accident happens. So the best thing to do is redirect so that you have like a treat or a toy or something. When you come in, you ignore the dog completely. Have your company ignore the dog. Let the dog go and smell them. Don't interact with the dog until they've been in there and the dog is calm and they're calm, and then allow the interaction. What you want to do is, when they come in, you can have them give her a treat or throw a toy or whatever the case may be, but no talking to the dog, no petting the dog, no interaction at all. So it will lessen the anxiety of the dog being like, "Oh my God, you're going to pet me. Oh, this is so exciting." And then after, it doesn't take long, honestly. After like a week or two, it'll start to dissipate. And then the dog won't even bother. The dog will come, see company, and be like, "Yo, how's it going? Okay, I know I'm going to get pet in there."
See, it goes against our nature because we get so excited. But like you said, it's 1 or 2 weeks. Retrain the puppy, and then you can have so much fun. That's great.
Let's get to this email from Margot. Margot says, "Do I have to worry about COVID with my dog? Can she still see her friends and play? There hasn't been any of that for 3 months. Thanks in advance."
COVID and dogs.
Yeah, so that's a great question, and I'm really glad somebody asked it, actually. So actually, you're going to go out. When you go out, it's us that we're worried about. So we want to make sure that you're wearing a mask and you're going to socially distance at the park and stuff. But absolutely, the dogs can go. They can play with their friends. They can interact. There is a great blog by Dr. Scott Weiss, and he is actually like one of the leading veterinarians at the University of Guelph, who everybody is actually following, and he's fantastic. He actually has a public blog. And if there's anything to know about your animals, transmission, COVID, the disease between animals and humans, he's the guy to go to. So I highly recommend you guys follow his blog. He puts updates on there all the time. It's amazing, but your dogs are absolutely safe to go out and interact with each other.
Awesome. Thanks, Sharon. We have one last question we got time for. It's Noella that's joining us right now. Good morning.
Noella, you have the same problem as my sister-in-law. The dog does not stop barking at other dogs, right? What type of dog do you have? Noella, are you there?
It's a yellow lab.
Yellow lab. Okay, and talk to us. So constant barking?
Yeah, when the dogs go by in the neighborhood. Am I supposed to be listening on the phone or on the TV?
Just listen to us on the phone and have the conversation. That way it'll be way easier for you to hear us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, there'll be feedback.
You don't mind a little bit of barking, but it won't stop. Can you stop it part way? Are you supposed to totally stop it? Or she's 6 years old. Is it too late to train her?
Oh my gosh. Okay. You know what? I am so thankful for these questions. Like, you have no idea, because so many people don't understand. You can train an old dog new tricks. Absolutely, 1,000,000%. Like, I've trained 10, 12-year-old dogs. So it's not a point of an untrainable dog or a dog is too old or too young to train. Absolutely not. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to ask you something first. Does your dog bark on command?
It's my daughter's dog, and I spend time with it, and I just thought if I could kind of make the situation better, I would. I'd try and help.
Yeah, so you're not sure.
Okay.
as
So
to
you're not
that,
sure
yeah.
about that, yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing. This is a major problem people have. What happens is the dog barks at the front door, the dogs bark at people in the street, the dogs bark at other dogs, and you end up in a yelling match with the dog, and you're trying to quiet the dog down, and the dog isn't understanding because, really, we want our dog, like you said, we want it to bark sometimes, not all the time. We want it to stop when we say. But here's the thing. In order to teach your dog not to bark, you got to teach them to bark. So once you teach them to bark, I'm going to show you. I just happen to have a little treat. You can use a ball, you can use a treat, you can use anything like that. I'm going to wake him up a little bit, and I'm going to use the command. You can use whatever you want. I'm going to use talk to me. So talk to me. What? And I get him to bark, and then I'm going to give him a little treat. Okay? So what's going to happen here is when the dogs start to bark, you can acknowledge and always tell your dogs thank you. I always say thank you to my dogs, and that means thank you. You can stop now because I can see that what the danger is or what the threat is. So you want to teach your dog, you want to play with them, and you're going to talk to me. Talk to me. Yeah, what a good boy. Talk to me. Talk to me. Yeah, what a good boy. So get them and treat them. Give them a toy, give them a ball, play tug of war with them, and then it's going to turn into something like this. Talk to me. Hey, mind your manners now. Thank you. I see. No need to talk. So then you can associate the behavior with a command, and it'll stop like that. But you have to teach the dog the command first so that you can control the behavior.
Sherri, we love you.
So
we love
good.
Diesel, and thank you for answering these questions. We wish we could have you in every house for the first 2 months of every dog's life and then some. We need to clone you. Hudson and Rex Season 3. We hope to catch up with you guys very soon. Love to you all.
Bye, Diesel.
We'll be back with more BT Canada right after this. Where's Diesel's bark?
Here it comes.
He always wraps it up with a
Here
bark.
it comes. And it's a talk to me.
Dang.